semis and unable to go to final, waiting you gain. It's better. We cry that we didn't go. We are better. So wait and watch us at the World Cup. You see football. We beat people with Toporosly. You know what Toporos? Beat them with Toporos. Woto. It's 33 minutes after 7. We are going to get into Ashanti in Focus this morning. And my colleague Janice Opoku Ajman is with me. She has some stories. Janice.
Alfa.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Have you eaten?
Not yet.
I've seen that you've sent me some rice. Or is it? Oh, why? No, I can see some rice. Some rice. What's your problem? She has sent me rice. So let's get into it. What's happening?
Okay, Alfa. So this morning I have to begin with some unfortunate news. Residents of Ayeduase have been thrown into a state of shock following the discovery of a lifeless body of one Joseph Arthur.
Ayeduase.
It's
an area you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
Oh?
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
So the man was popularly known as Ofata. He was a 50-year-old carpenter, and he was found lifeless in his room yesterday morning. According to the information gathered so far, the deceased was last seen on Sunday morning when he returned home from town. His co-tenants reported that by Monday, an unusual odor began to emanate from his room. Initially, residents assumed that the smell was from a dead cat or animal nearby and did not raise immediate alarm. However, suspicions grew on Tuesday morning when flies were noticed around his window and the door. This prompted the co-tenants to alert other residents, leading to further checks. Upon confirmation of the situation, his wife, who resides in Boedi, was immediately contacted in the early hours of yesterday. Officials from the Environmental Protection Agency, the Ghana Police Service, specifically the Criminal Investigation Department, and the Oforikro Municipal Assembly Works Department, were informed and they reported to the scene. According to the EPA, the cause of the death is not currently known, and further details will be made available after an autopsy is conducted. Residents in the area described Mr. Joseph Arthur as someone who was often seen at a drinking spot within the community. It was noted that he had reportedly been engaged in alcohol consumption for nearly 10 years. Despite this, authorities have cautioned against drawing conclusions until medical examinations are completed.
It's quite a very sad development, and it's not easy. It's just like I was telling you before we came on air. This life that we hold, it can go in a very short period of time. So we have to be very much watchful and careful with some of the decisions we take. Now let's move on to some other developments. And residents of Pechi number 1 and 2 in the Amansia West district of the Ashanti region claim they are facing serious health risks due to the deplorable state of the road networks in the area, which generate excessive dust and disrupt their daily lives. Residents say the condition of the roads affects both the dry and rainy seasons, rendering them impassable and crippling commercial activities. Shops and roadside food vending businesses are often forced to shut down, deepening economic hardship in the communities. And speaking on behalf of the residents, Yao Jemfi lamented that the persistent dust from the damaged roads has created an unhealthy living environment in Pechi. This is what he said. The dust we inhale every day is exposing us to respiratory and other dust-related illness. He said, Children, the elderly, traders, and roadside workers are the most affected because they are constantly exposed.
Also, Alpha, school authorities and students beneficiaries of the World Food Program Fortified Rice Initiative in the Ashanti region have said that the intervention has achieved remarkable success, with many calling for fortified rice to become the primary type of rice supplied to schools under the feeding program due to its nutritional benefits. The rice fortification program, introduced by the United Nations World Food Program in both public and private schools, seeks to address long-standing micronutrient deficiencies in populations that rely heavily on rice as a staple food. The process involves adding essential vitamins and minerals to locally produced Ghanaian rice, either during milling or through heat extrusion. The initiative is being implemented with funding support from the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office in collaboration with key government partners, including the Ghana School Feeding Program under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, the Ghana Education Service, the Ghana Health Service, and Women in Agriculture Development. At Ejiso Senior High Technical School in the Ashanti region, Headmistress Grace Asamani highlighted the nutritional value of the fortified local rice, noting that initial resistance from students was overcome through sensitization. She explained that although students were hesitant at the beginning because it was local rice, continuous education on its health benefits led to full acceptance. Madam Asamani added that at a time when the school was responsible for purchasing its own food supplies, they bought fortified local rice from an accredited supplier. However, since the government now supplies the rice centrally, the school no longer has control over procurement.
So the advantages of consuming local rice are many. Apart from the health related benefits, think about the economic benefits as well. Have you eaten, and it's a local rice? You know, the aroma itself is different. Anytime I go to my Gwengwen joint, when they open the thing and they are dishing it, oh, it's nice. So the aroma, oh, Charlie, I have some joint with it. When the woman opens the thing, I'm like, wow. So local rice is actually what we need to be consuming more. But you know, Ghanaians, our Sinyatrano.
Oh yeah, I'll try making jollof with
make jollof with local. You know, there's some local jollof. You know, the jollof. There's one they refer to as local jollof.
The one they add the
Amaniswa and some momoni and kobe. I don't know whether it's kobe or momoni. I don't know. Amaniswa. And so when you understand, when you fetch the thing, you see in the middle, in the midfield, there will be some amaniswa in the middle.
I'll do something.
You know, and you have said it. When will you do it so that we'll hold you accountable?
Very soon.
I'll become your accountability partner in this one.
I won't give you a specific date, but
I'll if you prepare jollof with that one, Charlie is better. Even the taste, the aroma, the nutrition. So I am surprised why people are complaining about consuming local rice.
It's because
they are not used to it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
if you've been eating one thing for a long time, and then you want to switch.
Oh, local rice.
And already in SHS too, the quality of the food that you get is not the best.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's sometimes some of the things that people consume in senior high schools. It's even surprising we survived. Or you guys survived me. I was a day student. So it was
one of my saddest days in my entire life was my first dining hall experience in SHS. They gave me some rice and I don't know if it's soup, if it's stew, rice and something.
Rice and something.
They used to call
rice and some liquid.
They used to call it rice gas. I still don't understand what we were eating. I don't know if it was stew, if it was soup.
It was soup, or it was in the middle.
It was soup, but it was very
it's
slimy.
Some granite thing, or it's not like you. Yeah, Charlie.
It was soup, but it was very slimy.
Kind of. You will have to eat it. If you don't eat it, what would you eat?
Anyway, I didn't.
And these days is even those days is even better than these days. So the quality these days is something. You'll be amazed. Janice.
Alpha.
Do you still think that the conversation around transportation is still relevant?
Oh yes, I think it is getting more more relevant. I don't know if that's the right expression, but I
Like
think
it looks as if a lot more people are becoming interested.
yeah, I think since we started speaking about it, people have started taking interest about it.
Yeah.
So
Based
yeah,
on our observation, we realized that it was becoming very difficult for people to get cars to work and from work.
Anyway, yesterday my father didn't pick me up, so
So you experienced it.
Yeah, I had to struggle a little bit before I got to.
Yesterday.
And then when we got to Ebuakwa, when my mom and I got to Ebuakwa, it was around 9 p.m. I think.
9 p.m.
Yeah, around 9. As at 9 p.m., there were a lot of people there going to
9.
Ebuakwa Menshia, Koforidia.
Wow.
Yeah, as at 9 p.m.
So it's still a big deal, and even those our compatriots in Accra are also having that conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
And this morning, what I would like us to also do is to check on the trends, because Mark was telling me yesterday that the conversation was trending on X, and a lot of people are talking about the difficulties in getting vehicles.
I have a friend in Accra, and every morning when he wakes up and gets to the bus station, like he will take a shot of the queue.
The situation
It's bad. It's in the mornings,
in the
bad
evening.
in the evenings.
And it's the same thing that's happening in Kumasi as
yeah.
well. Yesterday, I was telling Mark, I had returned from, where did I even go? I've gone outside the mall to check out something. And
Yeah,
so there's a video where John Dumelo was seen asking people where their destinations, and he paid for people to board. I think it was an electric Metro Mass bus, and it carried those people who had assembled there, which was good. He himself described it as an interim kind of solution, and that they work to find a very permanent one. And you see the other problem, we do not have a lot of bus stops with seats. So a lot of times, even when you're waiting,
you have to stand.
You'll have to stand.
You want to sit.
The only in Kumasi, the only place I've seen just behind us, there's some bus stop there. You have chairs there, and then opposite,
when you're going to
so close to the KFC. Those are some of the few, and then
down
there's
here
one
too.
at the children's park, which is good. I mean, those places. I mean, you realize that even if I want to wait,
you can sit.
you can, because there are some of us who really can, not me personally, but some of us who can really stand for that long. So that's another problem. And then you have the nature of the vehicles, and then you have the transportation system, the lack of strategy. So our transport in Ghana is very haphazard. It's very chaotic. There's no plan. There's no coordinated strategy whatsoever. So this morning, that's what we intend to talk about. You were telling me that Kwache Ofosu had addressed that issue, right?
Yeah.
So,
And so the Minister of Government Communications, Felix Ofosu Kwache, yesterday during the Government Accountability Series, gave some updates on the transport system. So someone asked him a question about the increasing concern when it comes to transportation and traffic on our roads. And he's like, the GPRTU has been artificially creating scarcity. Yes. And so the minister in charge of transport has summoned the officials of GPRTU to come and explain themselves.
So it would be good for us to also speak to the GPRTU.
Yes,
to find out from them if indeed the allegations of the minister
is
true.
So they are saying they are creating the scarcity so that they can inflate the prices. Because if there are no cars, we are going to pay whatever the few cars in the system are charging. Of
course. So that's also another problem. We are streaming live on Facebook, Janice. So let's tell our listeners, if you are listening to us, please go on Facebook and check us out, okay? Go and watch us and watch what we are saying and how we are saying it. It's very important. Yao Kwenu has sent a lot of messages.
I think you should give them the Facebook handle so that they can.
You're right, too.
Yeah.
You're right, too. Oh, Janice. Please, this morning when I take my salary, I'll give you 10% of it. You know, I take daily salary.
This one is being recorded.
So you doubt my credibility. Oh, Omogu. Okay, you let me share the Facebook handle to our listeners. It's Orange 107.9. Orange 107.9. That's our Facebook page. So please go there and watch the live stream of the show. Joseph Akolache is watching. Kwadwo Opon is also watching. Kwadwo, good morning. Kwadwo Opon, your name sounds familiar. Kwadwo Opon, you are only left with the Nkrumah, so that everything will complete. Joseph Akolache, your name is a very powerful one. There was a newscaster on GBC that Akolache.
Most of the time, they are very brilliant people.
Yeah, Akolache is is our constant person on Facebook. Yakwenu, thank you very much for watching us live. He's watching us at the office of Goldboard. So what message do you have for him? He works at Goldboard.
I just want to tell you,
hi. Please, you should give us a lot of...
Have a wonderful morning.
He said that... he's the one who has sent a lot of messages. Let me read some of them. He said that... he's asking people to share. That's nice of you. And he says, Alfa Ali, the Queen rice man. Queen. You've not tried Queen before. Even your name grass sounds like Queen.
Oh.
He's Yao Queen. And I'm talking about Queen. So there's some similarity in there. And he says that I'm loving the conversation on Queen this morning. You have to. It's a very powerful food. Huh? Okay, so yes, we are live on Facebook, so you can be there and of course watch the program. So it's 49 minutes after 7. What we'll do, Janice, let's listen to... I think we should listen to Felix Ofosu-Kwakye. Let's listen to what he said regarding the reason he thinks we are experiencing difficulties in getting vehicles to workplaces and to our various homes. Let's exactly listen to the explanation he provided and the steps that he said that government intends to take so that they can try to solve this particular problem. So let's listen to Felix Ofosu-Kwakye. He's the Minister of State in charge of government communication.
Largely private sector driven activity in Ghana. We have these transport unions, GPRTU and what have you, who organize transport systems that convey the generality of our people. For some reason, after the persistent reduction in fuel prices, which led the transport organizations to announce a 15% reduction in transport fares, there are some operators within the system who thought that they could engage in rent-seeking behavior by creating artificial shortages. So the minister informs that he has asked the STC to put back the vehicles on the road. In addition to that, there are quite a number of Metro Mass buses that had broken down. So he has ordered their expedited servicing to ensure that in a matter of days, they are back on the road. But they will operate outside of their normal routes and schedules in order to take care of the present congestion that is going on. The minister also informs me that I think tomorrow or so, he has requested for a meeting with the GPRTU and other transport operators to address the issue of rent seeking, to call those engaged in that activity to order.
Against the backdrop of public debate on inflation.
That is the Minister for Government Communication talking about what he thinks is the major cause of the problem. Janice, he said that largely it's because, fuel prices have been dropping. And so some drivers have, in reaction to that, sought to create artificial shortage so that perhaps that may compel them, or that may create an opportunity for them to charge higher fares. Do you get the point? And he said that in terms of the measures that they intend to take, number one, the Minister for Transport said that there are lots of Metro buses that have broken down. So in the next few days, he intends to work tirelessly to ensure that these vehicles are fixed so that they can come onto the road and, of course, convey people to their various destinations. The other thing he talked about is the fact that the minister has convened a meeting with the various key institutions or associations within the transport sector to see if, of course, they can have a conversation to find ways to, of course, deal with this phenomenon.
But in Alpha, you see, the situation is just as bad in Accra as it is in Kumasi.
Yes.
But we've seen that some practical steps have been taken in Accra, and you were saying it earlier that it looks like in Accra, at least they are getting something. They are getting something. But Kumasi is like we are complaining and nobody is minding us. And I don't know why. See, I think what John DeMello did, and he has been very active in his constituency. I think we should commend him. Yeah, he's doing very, very well in his constituency. I think what he did, it will challenge other MPs to also step up their game. But then no MP in Kumasi, no MP, none. And Kumasi has even said something about the transportation issue. So
it's you think it's a worry that members of parliament have not sought to replicate what John DeMello is doing in Accra. The other thing you talked about is that it's happening in Kumasi, but nobody seems to.
Yeah, I think it's a worry that no one has done anything. No
apart from
MP,
the media complaining.
Yes, in Kumasi. It's like nothing is happening.
See, I don't know this. I was telling you, it's like when you are in Kumasi, anything you do is
and
not
the last
visible.
time they explained to us that unfortunately STC does not have enough buses to be doing the same thing that they are doing in Accra.
But they made vehicles available in Accra. Right? I don't know, maybe Accra people are so special. But it's a worry that even when there's a problem, because in Ghana, to be honest with you, the two urban centers or cities that are challenged heavily when it comes to transportation is Accra and Kumasi. Yes, we do appreciate that the problem is much intense in Accra as compared to that in Kumasi slightly. But if you're looking for any city that comes close to Accra in terms of difficulties in transportation, then it is Kumasi. So even if you say, okay, you're making 4 buses available in Accra, and you say, okay, you can make 2 or 1 in that sounds like, oh, you appreciate the fact that Kumasi is also experiencing similar problem. But what happens oftentimes is that, okay, Accra is like they think, and our leaders also think that Accra is Ghana. So whatever problem we are complaining about is Accra problem. And then Kumasi are insulated from the problem. And so let's find solutions for those in Accra. And it doesn't matter whether we find it in Kumasi, nobody seems to care. It's a big problem for me. Seriously, I think that we can do better.
I think it's a concerning problem for everyone. It's a concerning problem for everyone. Because you remember in December when we were complaining about the same thing, they told us that in Accra,
they have found a solution. At least it was an interim solution.
Do you understand?
But it was to suggest that they knew there was a problem.
And they were doing something.
Absolutely.
If it's not enough, at least we appreciate the fact that you've taken a step to mitigate the situation in whatever little capacity
and
that
there
you
were
can.
some passengers who were actually extolling the contribution of that measure. Okay, that it really helped. Do you get the point? So even though it may not have solved the problem entirely, and who thought it was going to do so, but just like you said, it mitigated the problem. But why is it that you don't do similar thing in Kumasi?
At least
who told you Kumasi we don't have population?
They should just
Charlie.
acknowledge the fact that there's something is happening in Kumasi. Because yesterday, Alpha, I'm telling you, 9 p.m.
And people were still waiting for vehicles. I mean, we are also suffering in Kumasi,
9
folks.
p.m. And I left the office, I think, around 5:30 or so.
Yes, I left before you.
Yes,
so
around 5:30, and I think I went to Edum. You should have seen the queue going to Tech. The number of people who had queued up in Edum going to Tech. And then if you move forward small, you see there are tons to queue, another long queue.
Oh.
So
And this was as at when?
5:30.
And then when you go to Obuakwa at 9, still.
Yeah, when I got to
I mean,
9.
why? And Charlie, please, Mr. Regional Minister, we know that you are very active on social media. Okay, use that activism to put pressure on your other ministers. If it is the transportation minister, tell him that whatever Accra people are facing, Kumasi people are facing too. So when he is providing solutions, he shouldn't be confined with Accra.
Yeah, at least it would be nice. It would be nice if the regional minister says, "Oh, my dear Kumasi people, I have seen that recently. You people are queuing up a lot."
Oh, but we have not. I don't know if he has commented on that.
Seen it.
There are a lot of things he says about 38%, which are. But
let me check.
I don't think it's necessary as compared to this very issue, because workers in Kumasi are struggling to find vehicles. Okay, and we've been complaining, and there are videos suggesting to you that there's a problem on the ground. Have you spoken about it? I know that last year, when he took over not long ago, after a while, he addressed a press conference and talked about the issue of short and that they were going to deal with it. Yes, we appreciate the fact that some of the assemblies, particularly KMA, has taken some steps to deal with those who are profiteering from passengers. But 1 year and down the lane, there's another problem which has to do with transportation. And it has got to do with the difficulties people are facing in getting cars. Mr. Regional Minister, you are a chief spokesperson. You are very active on social media. You are very, you are the kind of minister that a lot of people seem to like. What are you doing on this matter? What are you doing to this particular issue? What attention are you creating? Who is speaking on behalf of Kumasi? Who is saying that, okay, the very thing you're complaining about in Accra, that some ministers are forced or compelled to provide some solutions to, we in Kumasi are also experiencing it. So extend the solution to us as well. Who is thinking about that? Who is saying that? If the minister will spend his time to deal with some of these problems too, it will help.
It would.
Yes, plus all the other things he's doing, he should also spend some time to deal with this. Because we are really struggling.
If powerful voices are added to the call, it will become loud enough for them to hear us out.
Absolutely.
Because it's very bad. And if it is true that the scarcity in the system has been artificially engineered, then it is very bad, because now it has given them also an upper hand to be carrying out the short thing that they are doing. Because now what they do is, yesterday my mom was complaining, if you are going from KJTR to Ebuakwa, they will take you from, I think, KJTR to Sofoline, from Sofoline to Tanoso, before they take you from Tanoso to Ebuakwa.
Oh, this has been happening for a very long time.
Oh yes,
oh,
it has.
It's their models
it's
of
like right now, because
it's becoming too common.
No, right now you don't even have an option. You see, before you could have said, "Oh, let me just wait. Another car will come."
Every car is doing almost the same thing. Do you get the point?
Yes, and if you say you won't enter the car, different
your
people.
Your other competitors will get on, and you'll be there stranded.
And you're also not going to be okay with standing in the
I've been trying to
for
speak to some of the people within the transport sector. Nuruddin Hamdan is the deputy CEO for STC. We're working the lines to see if we can get through to him, and of course the GPRT UPR as well. As and when we're able to get through to them, of course we'll have a conversation with them. But we are just saying, if you are close to the regional minister, tell him that yes, we see what he's doing. He's very active on social media. He should please pay attention to this problem of transportation in Kumasi. He should please pay attention to it as well, because it's a very, very critical problem that a lot of workers are grappling with. This going to work and returning from work is so stressful, very, very stressful. It's like when you're going, like you're thinking, where am I going to get car? How am I going to get the car? How much am I going? In fact, these days you can't even plan how much you spend on
transportation. Yeah, you can't.
Because yesterday I had gone to CSUC to do something. When I was coming, the only car I got was en route to Tech, and they said it's charging 10 cedis. Even though I light at Asukwa, I needed to take it because there was no option. It was the same thing that happened when I closed. There was a car, taxi. He said, Charlie Swami, 10 cities. Me to our light at Sawaba Junction. I have to take it and pay 10 cities. Wow, look. Do you understand?
I do,
So there's a big problem with regards to transportation. And we need, and this Accra, the over concentration on Accra, we have to stop. Ghana is not only Accra. So that when Accra people complain, hey, we are moving, hey, Kumasi, like we don't matter. You know the population in Kumasi.
They'll say later, you people hold on. When we finish Accra and there's enough, we'll come to you.
we I don't even know what to say. But we'll take a breather. When we return, the show will continue. If you are listening to me, you can join me with your messages on 059 3932 993. 059 3932 993. This is still the Orange Sunrise here on Orange 107.9. We are still talking about transportation because it is still a very, very, very big issue. Let's take this breather. We'll return and continue.
Abrabonya ne wana montu asitra mun konim die nyina gyina oso enso se wan kent ma etra ye de sonda yempo kafra enframa de hu pade a onyo ensa anya dmanso ensa na didio kre manifesta dansi any mafutu eti waso pem ne bebo see how they slack worry about all the things that they lack. Young, gifted, and black. Gift a gap and I rap. I suppose I should clap. Give thanks and give dap. Put my son on my lap or run a victory lap. Opportunity knocks, but we too deaf to hear. Put to death our fears, bring to life our dreams. We out here, we don't adhere to regular rules. Our mama's fasting and praying for our circular fools. With some reckless dudes, lost for shoes and jewels. New chucks, custom made in such golden stews. Mysterious life, Nancy Drew shared no clues. Curious knife, stabbed us, now we bleed and bruise. Confusing ones with needs, what I want and need. A house in Tresaco, a villa, and not down with jet skis. Jet setting in the minutes, 30 seconds, and I reckon no question. Make every first I get the best impression. To just suppose I juxtapose me now with me when I was 16 years old. Innocence lost in less than 15 years though. I'm distinguished, so they can't extinguish my flow. I overpowered all these cowards, them no good fit, them need juju. I know I don't have to pound them, need fufu. Minyor chia, when it's ya, so I save susu. No shortcuts to heaven, as yes, so it's true. Abrabonya ne wana montu asitra mun konim die nyina gyina oso enso se wan kent ma etra ye de sonda yempo kafra enframa de hu pade a onyo ensa anya dmanso ensa na didio kre manifesta dansi eni mafutu eti waso pem ne beboa. No shortcut to heaven. Quentia be anywhere, be a imamo. Oh, this I will bring Umoja. This I will bring Umoja. No shortcut to heaven. Quentia be anywhere, be a imamo. This I will bring Umoja. I've been down this road before. Down on my knees, I wrote this for all of my pieces looking for more. Nevertheless, we shook them and all. Some of the boys they do for it. Suck our tens, but dear Lord, would you blame economy lame? Pour my heart on GMO chords. Their bodies on front pages of newspapers, scary. They call it daily graphic, cause it's graphic on the daily. I see wows in traffic when they traffic in the dailies. Life in the Milky Way, it doesn't taste like Bailey's. Wish it did. Remember as a little kid.
6 minutes after 8, and looks as if our friends are quite busy, but we'll keep trying. As I want to get through to them, then of course we'll have that conversation with them. So Janice, based on everything that you have observed, when it comes to our transportation sector, once again, even though we've been talking about it, what do you think are the critical challenges?
I think I don't know if I spoke about this, but the over-reliance on GPRTU is not
sustainable.
Yeah, it's not sustainable. I think we've gotten to a point where we should acknowledge that GPRTU alone
cannot contain the pressure.
Exactly, because how can one union creates artificial scarcity.
That is if what the
That is,
minister
yeah,
alleged
if it is true.
is anything to go by.
If it is true, how can just one union cause, and this has been happening, I think, since December through to now that we are still talking about this issue. So I think now we need government intervention, and they must work not only on providing buses in the interim, but perpetual buses that will be responsible for commuting people to and from work. So I think the government assistance
So what you're saying
very
is
much
that
required.
it looks as
Sorry.
if there's a significant monopoly. Even though we have other competitors or other players
But
within,
GPRT is the main.
they are the okay, we can describe them as market leaders,
Yeah.
and they are the shakers and movers of that sector. So they can take decisions that will affect the sector significantly.
Oh, yeah.
So you are saying that we need alternative means of transportation. There must be some competition, but there are competition. There's taxi.
Oh yeah.
The
There's
taxi transport system is also there.
But you know,
And
I
then
think
we have-
what gives the churches advantage over the taxis is church can take as many as
Yes,
13.
taxis can take. So let's do the pros and cons of the various. So far, we can say for Ghana, the major means of transportation in terms of intra-transportation will be number one, trotro. Then you have taxis.
Taxi.
Then you have
Boats.
the ride-hailing.
Yeah.
So I combine everything, Bolt,
Uber.
whatever. And then you have Metro Mass. Do you get it? These are the four main players when it comes to intra-transportation. Let's look at their pros and cons. You take trotro, for instance. The pros or the advantages of that you get from the trotro is that they are very, okay, until recently, they are the common means of transportation.
It's cheap too.
And it is cheaper.
And it carries a lot of people.
It can carry a number of people at a go.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yes. So it is cheaper. It is easily available. And then it can carry a lot more people. So it has become the main means of transportation. But the disadvantage is that now they are doing what we call short. Because of the fact that they are the major means of transportation, they are taking advantage of passengers by profiteering from them.
Yeah.
Do you get them? And the other disadvantage is that the state of some of the trotro is nothing to write home about.
Oh.
Some of them are very rickety in nature.
I think, was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, I took 3 trotros, and in all of them, the driver will get to a point where the driver will park, ask the person in the front seat to step on the brake for him. He's checking something.
Charlie,
Then we are all in the car like that.
I'm telling you.
He will just get out and say, "Oh, Pacha won't tell me braking, so me share the bus."
So very risky. A lot of our trotros are rickety in nature.
Yes.
Do you get? In fact, when you are working and you are consistently taking trotro, sometimes even the clothes you wear, if care is not taken, you stain it.
I've also seen trotros with like no speedometers.
Oh, it's possible. It's very possible. Do you get? So those are some of the disadvantages.
Yeah.
And sometimes the drivers of these trotros, you can clearly see that these are not really well-trained drivers. Some of them, okay, they are mates, they do the wah-wah, and by the time you realize they have transitioned from being conductors to drivers. And sometimes the way they drive, you could clearly see that they are under the influence of some
Alleged.
substances. Yes. Oh, clearly. I mean, when you watch some of their faces, you can see that this person has really been taking a lot of stuff. And he's behind the steering wheel, driving thousands. Oh, I said thousands. About 10 or 15
Over
people.
A dozen of people.
At a go. And our lives are in his hands. So those are some of the disadvantages. Now, when you come to the taxi, just like you've said, these days it looks as if the taxis are not very...
So I think with the
we forgot to mention Abu Pragya.
Pragya.
Is another.
But Pragya is also another means.
Oh,
But
I
I was saying as the Ubers and the boats, as they are advancing, as they are becoming more common, they are putting the taxi drivers out of business. I don't know if it's only me, because you can stop a taxi and then let's say the taxi driver is charging 150, but then if you use Uber boats, you get cheaper.
I think nowadays a lot of the taxis do dropping down.
Yeah.
So we have few of them who have stations. Did you get it?
Yeah.
That so for instance they have terminals that they will go. Is it stations or lorry stations? And then you go park, and then you pick it. Taxis are relatively expensive than trotro.
But these days the difference is not even that.
Yeah, it's not
much.
very significant.
It's not that much.
But these days, a lot of the taxis, too, maybe because of the ride-hailing apps, are switching to doing more dropping kind of services than just going to the station, picking it. So even when you go to the various stations, they have signboards that suggest that dropping. And so now you go there and you not even see the signboards indicating to you that they are going to this particular destination. What you see is dropping. A lot of them are rather doing the dropping than doing the normal kind of, you get the point. So the advantage of the taxis are that, first of all, a lot of a good number of the taxis are in good shape, to be honest, if you compare them to the trotro.
Yeah.
And I think that the drivers of the taxis, especially those at the stations, are much more calmer. They are more. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
And then it is to some extent much convenient.
Yes.
Because just 4 people, so
Yes.
you don't have to stay there for long. But then the other disadvantage will be the pricing, and then maybe
it takes only 4 people too. So I think it can't carry
for them. But for me, it's okay. Because it means that the car will move faster.
And it won't make a lot of stops too.
Absolutely. They don't make a lot of stops as compared to trotro. Now, when you come to the ride-hailing apps, of course, we know that for them, very convenient. I mean, if you have loads, very convenient. You just pick, you move from to your house. You understand? So very convenient. But then very expensive, relatively, if you compare it to the other means of. So that's why still, because you can't be working in Ghana and say taking 3,000 or 4,000 or 2,000 or 1,500 or 1,000 and say every evening I'm going to take boat, you die. You can't. So the boats have become means of transportation that are periodically relied on for a lot of the working people. Maybe in a month you pick maybe 1 boat. Do you get the point? He cannot be picking boats every evening. It will not be possible. With this, our salary structure, you can't. So that's the disadvantage of the ride-hailing apps. So then you talk about what are some of the few ones that have come. Pragya too these days are doing more dropping than the normal.
And they charge.
They charge very.
They charge like
because at the more you will find some of them, and a lot of them will say no, it's dropping. They don't do normal. And when you go to their stations, for them they charge. I mean, very.
The difference between what a taxi driver would take you for dropping and what a Pragya driver would take you. Sometimes it's the same, but then sometimes it's just very small.
Yeah.
Very, very
small. Yeah, they are very.
But
then the Pragyas are not very safe.
And also their drivers also have the inexperience issue that we are talking about.
Yes, a lot of their drivers, you can say that, no, this one, you get the point. So that's why we need government intervention. The metro mass, when it comes to intra-transport, are not doing enough.
At all.
The vehicles are very, very, low in number. They are very insignificant. I don't recall the last time I saw metro mass doing normal intra-transportation something. It's rare for me to see them on our streets.
I don't even remember the last time I used a metro mass.
I don't also remember. I don't know which, areas they cover, but it's very unusual to see metro mass in the cities. in the heart of the city, for instance. So they are relatively cheaper. I mean, if we had a lot of them, the traffic situation will have reduced, but we don't have a lot of them. So the question is, can't government intervene?
But if you're a private investor too, we've spotted a very significant problem. So if you have the money, maybe you can also invest into our transport system and you cash out.
Yes, some areas you cash out.
Yeah, because I really think that
if you have a proper
if you're
bus,
able to deploy buses that are modern, that are very nice, comfortable, most of the people in the working class and the middle class,
they would like to
opt
pick
for
it. If they have their USB, they have some little AC somewhere.
Charge, they can, and the system is very
even
organized.
if you're paying a little higher, I'm sure, because they're short, people are taking it.
So please, if
and look at. So what stops private people from intervening to say, okay, we are going to buy land. Maybe we'll come together as a group, buy land, build modern terminals with chairs, with seats, with things that will make waiting convenient. We'll buy some buses, proper buses, okay, with what, of course, and then target the working class, and then maybe charge a little higher, but then relying heavily on the number, because if you have a 40-seater bus, for instance, you realize that economies of scale will tell you that the more people you pick, you are likely to make some profit. Did you get it?
I saw an advert on Instagram from a Nigerian influencer, and it was about this transport thing. But then I think the Nigerians, some people have come up with an app. So it's a bus, but then you get to schedule your takeoff times. So let's say there's an app, it's a bus. So you can just go on the app and say that, oh, I'm going to leave my house around 9:30 or 6:30, and then you look at the buses that are available, so that you make yourself, you go and wait for the bus. When it gets there, you just get in, and you pay in advance. So
that's more convenient, and you can even calculate, and that's what we are told what do you call it? The developed countries are doing.
I pray that some investor would really take it upon himself
or government will intervene. If VIP is making profit and they are still in business, why is Metro Mass not making profit? Why do we have to? The Metro Mass, they don't use their own money to buy the buses. It is government that buy the buses for them. Your only business is to run the buses and make sure that you will be able to maybe break even or make some profit and go and procure other buses in the future to make the operation of the company sustainable. So if VIP, for them, they are the ones using their own monies to buy the buses. I'm just giving an example. And they run the buses. And I want to believe they are making profit.
Yeah.
Why is it that the buses are bought for you? Your only business is to run the buses. You are making losses. The buses are developing faults. You can't fix them. They are broken down. And you can't sustain your operation. I'm surprised. Why?
The last time someone was making an analysis that even up until now, every time that Metro Mass needs a bus, the government has to procure the bus. That the Metro Mass has not been able to put in place a system where they can go into their purse and say that we don't have buses, or our buses need to be fixed. So we are allocating this money to repairs or to procure new buses. Up until now, no.
Or is it that the buses are too expensive and that the charge is too?
I just think it's a management issue.
So you're saying that if Metro Mass buses are given to private people, they could do a better job.
They can do a better job, Alpha.
They will do a better job.
Definitely, they can do a better job. They can do a better job.
So why can't the people?
Because right now, Metro Masses, you see, I was making the point that if a private investor invests in a correct bus system that is modern and is very sophisticated, a lot of people, Metro Mass is not attractive. It is not.
So, and even with the private thing, the GPRT people, if they are not making profit, they will have stopped.
Oh, yes.
People buy church and by the time you realize they have bought another one. So it means the transportation business is not that
lucrative.
very bad.
It is a very lucrative, because every day someone needs to get somewhere.
Yeah, they keep complaining, but they are in it, and they are buying new church rolls. Or they have stopped.
Oh,
Maybe they have stopped. That's the reason why we are seeing the traffic.
Yeah, still buying.
So what we are saying is that, first of all, you cannot have a country that wants to provide convenience to its working class without providing a robust means of transportation. Alfa. The fact that as a country we've not had a transportation plan suggests that we ourselves, we are not forward thinking as a nation.
Yes.
And that everything we do is haphazard. We like chaos in this country than anything.
We wait for the problems to come.
Yes, we are very interested in creating chaos. Do you understand the point I'm making? Why is it that as a country you have a transportation ministry and they don't have a transportation plan? As a country you have a transportation ministry and they are unable to transport anybody. So what's the essence of that ministry? What are they doing? Do you understand the point I'm making?
I do, Alpha.
And government is investing money in some of these companies, STC, Metromas, yet they are always recording losses. They are not making any, they are not even solving the problem. So what is the use of those institutions? And what is government doing about it? And why is it that private people are better or are running these transport businesses better?
Because, you know, I think this perception about the government's businesses is not only in the transport system. It's a general thing. Even private businesses make more profits than government-owned businesses. Because at the end of the day, if you are running a government business and you run at a loss, it's the government's loss. And you know Ghanaians are like that. They think, oh, yeah, buying sika. But if you are running a private business and you are held accountable, because at the end of the day you have to go to a boss and make account of what you are making, what you are losing, why you couldn't meet your target. But it's like the government sector, everyone just does what they want, because at the end of the day it's a bicycle.
So it's I think that if you ask me, the Pragya system is helping up to a point, but it's not solving the problem. The Pragyas are helping especially people in some areas. So for instance, where I live, your Asokwaye Mampo, your Buobain, your Kenyase, that's their major means of transportation. Of course, even there's a ban on Pragya when it comes to some areas within the CBD. Yeah. So for the center, Pragya can't do much. And even if Pragya was to be in the system, how many people can Pragya take at a go? So it's not really the solution to the problem. Taxis are also drifting away from your normal kind of transportation to doing a lot more dropping, because they know that now they are in clear competition with boat. So in their view, if boat can take you, say, 30, 40, 50, 60 cities, why should he be there and then you come and pay 5 cities and go? So he too is drifting more towards dropping than doing the normal kind of operation. So they too, they are unable to solve the problem. Your trotros these days, whether they are unavailable, whether they are packed, whether they are caught up in traffic, whether they are creating artificial scarcity, we do not know. But there's a problem. And they can't seem to contain the numbers. That is why we need government intervention. So the intervention, we need two. We need permanent ones and we need temporary solutions. What are the temporary solutions? We have heard that government wants to solve the problem temporarily in Accra. Our view this morning is that it will be unfair on the part of the people in Kumasi not to get similar kind of intervention.
You're not even asking for equal.
It's similar. Maybe if you're giving 5 buses to Accra, we understand. Give us 2. We are okay. At least let us know that you are also concerned about the very problem that is happening to the people in Accra. And the very intervention you're providing to the people in Accra, you are thinking about providing similar to the people of Kumasi, unless you're telling us that Kumasi is not important. Do you understand? Unless you're, because the notion by some is that Kumasi is not treated fairly, and that Kumasi is not prioritized in the scheme of things.
I think it's true.
And it is by successive governments. That is the mindset of some people in Kumasi. And some of the actions and inactions of people in government is making some of these, impression true. Regardless of what you do, people, I'm sure, will keep telling you, you have to go to Accra or Alfa. This thing, if it were to be in Accra. I've had a lot of people tell me that. It looks as if when you speak in Kumasi, nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares. What are you saying? You are making noise. And it looks as if our people who can speak for us are interested in some other things. The real problems, they seem not to be interested in it. So we are just saying to the people, the spokespersons of Kumasi, please be acting, be up and do it. It's a critical problem. If you didn't know, I knew, or I know you know. But let's assume you do not know. Let's begin to see that you are taking some actions as far as this problem is concerned. A transport minister cannot say he's going to provide solutions to Accra people. He did it with, or they did it with STC during the Christmas festivity. Yeah. We allowed it to go. We spoke to Nuruddin Hamdan in the studio. He told us, for people of Kumasi, they can't help us. They don't have enough buses. But they did get enough buses for the people in Accra. Let me even find the voice of them of Mr. Nuruddin Hamdan, so that maybe if you think he didn't say that, I've been trying to get through to him this morning, but unfortunately, we're not. And I'm not saying it is his fault. It is a decision by either government, whoever is in charge, to say, for Accra people, give them this. Forget about Kumasi.
You can't help them.
So, okay, let me try and get that voice, just as a reminder, so that we all begin to put a proper context to what we are talking about this morning. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. So I'll find the voice for you. I think we played it not long ago. I think during the Christmas festivity, right? So I think I found it. So let's listen to it, and then listen to it together, and then we'll make progress. If you're listening to us, you can also join us. We have said so many things. I'll summarize everything for you, okay? So that you will not get confused as to what exactly we are ranting about. Yesterday, somebody said I should buy a car and stop ranting. But even if I buy a car, I'll still have to rant, because this is...
Because the majority of the people
absolutely can't afford to buy vehicles. How many of us can buy? And assuming all of us, let's say 4 of us in this studio, or
Everyone
3 of us.
has a car.
Do you have an idea how that will contribute to the chaos and traffic situation on our road? So it is in the interest of government to even provide a lot more buses, so that without a car, you can still live a good life. Now it's like when you don't have a car in Ghana, especially in Kumasi and Accra, it's like, you are just surviving, you are not living. Let's listen to Nuruddin in Accra, where you want to ease their means of transportation to make it much more convenient for them. The question passengers in Kumasi are asking is, do you have plans for them as well?
Well, let me state that we are intercity. We are not intra-city.
Yes.
Intra-city is what the churches are doing from community to from areas to areas. But as a listening government, during these festive seasons, we had a lot of complaint that the churches, the private transport are not able to meet the demand to the extent that People would have to wait for 30 minutes, 1 hour, waiting for a vehicle. And when the vehicle comes, the vehicle is not able to take them, and people spend a longer hour before they get to town. And others who spend a longer hours before they get home. The chances are that the armed robbers or the criminals take advantage and attack them and all that. So as a listing government, the Minister for Transport then initiated this project that, look, STC, we know that you are not in charge of intra-city, you are intercity. But why don't you adjust yourself and be able to work in the evening to decongest the city? And so we looked at it, and then we went back to the drawing board, and then we designed a system where when the buses come from Kumasi, from Cape Coast, from Ho, from any other places, around 3 o'clock, we don't load them
in a car where you want to ease their means of transportation to make it much more convenient for them. The question passengers in Kumasi are asking is, do you have plans for them as well?
Well, let me state that we are intercity. We are not intra-city.
Yes.
Intra-city is what the churches are doing from community to from areas to areas. But as a listening government, during these festive seasons, we had a lot of complaint that the churches, the private transport are not able to meet the demand to the extent that people would have to wait for 30 minutes, 1 hour, waiting for a vehicle. And when the vehicle comes, the vehicle is not able to take them, and people spend a longer hour before they get to town. And others who spend a longer hours before they get home. The chances are that the armed robbers or the criminals take advantage and attack them and all that. So as a listing government, the Minister for Transport then initiated this project that, look, STC, we know that you are not in charge of intra-city, you are intercity. But why don't you adjust yourself and be able to work in the evening to decongest the city? And so we looked at it, and then we went back to the drawing board, and then we designed a system where when the buses come from Kumasi, from Cape Coast, from Ho, from any other places, around 3 o'clock, we don't load them. We then deploy them in the cities. So when we come to Accra, you come to the central business district, you have about 4 corridors that are problematic. Accra to Malam, Accra to Amasaman, Accra to Medina, and Accra to Tema through the beach road. So we deploy these vehicles, and I can see the impact is so great. People are happy because they sit in an air-conditioned buses, and they pay the same amount of fare.
The same amount?
The same amount of fare.
Oh, I see.
In fact, it could even be cheaper because with the trotters, when a trotter, for instance, let me use Kumasi, when trotter is going to Kenya, say, when it gets to airport roundabout, it tells you that, we are done. They
call it short.
But with STC, if we are going to Kenya, say straight to Kenya, say. And so we started, and it's really bringing about a relief. In fact, I would have wished that we do same to Kumasi and other places, but because of lack of fleet, like I told you, we don't have enough vehicle, and so we are not able to extend it to Kumasi. But we will put it in our plans. Hopefully next year, we will take into account Kumasi and other places. But Accra one, I must say that is going on very well.
So, Janice, this was what the deputy CEO for State Transport Company told us, Mr. Nuruddin Hamdan, that they will have wished to do same for Kumasi, but because of lack of fleet, they were unable. I think it's becoming a very convenient excuse. I think it's largely because maybe Kumasi is not that respected, or the people in Kumasi are not making a lot of noise, or we in Kumasi are not visible, or we in Kumasi are too patient, we are too relaxed, or there's nobody who is speaking on behalf of Kumasi. Maybe it's one of these problems, or some other problems that I may not have been able to mention. Because even with this new intervention that we've heard from government, they did not mention Kumasi. And I doubt if they will do same for Kumasi. And I'll be surprised if they will make some of these buses available in Kumasi. So there's a problem. Beyond the transportation problem, I think there's also a problem when it comes to Kumasi's development.
Yes.
I think there's a problem when it comes to attention and priority when it comes to Kumasi problems. I think that maybe the people at the top do not see Kumasi people as very, very, very important in the scheme of things. And so please, if you are chosen to lead in every capacity in Kumasi, act in a way that will let the people at the top treat Kumasi people seriously. We are just begging. Please, and all of us, we have a role to play. Let us behave in a manner that will make the people who are taking the decisions take the people of Kumasi seriously. Because we deserve that. An example just passed. They said, oh, for us, they don't have enough vehicles. For Accra people,
they do.
They do. They provided them. There's another thing coming, which we expect that they will not even in their plan. I'm sure they will even forget that there's Kumasi. I'm sure they think that the traffic in Accra and the problems in Accra are not in Kumasi. I'm sure they will feel that, oh, for Kumasi, they don't have a problem. So please, if you are closer to the people who are in authority, tell them that whatever they think or whatever they see Accra people going through, Kumasi people are going through similar issues. The scale may be different, but it is similar. Because the way they think Accra is cosmopolitan, Kumasi is also cosmopolitan. Kumasi is widening up. There are people who live in Offenso and they work in Kumasi proper. Do you understand the point I'm making? And every morning they will have to traverse between Offenso and Kumasi. So it's a cosmopolitan city. It's opening up. There are people living in all kinds of areas. They work in Kumasi, Santasi, Aprem, Santasi. People are living in Pechi, number something. People, in fact, there are people who even who traverse Obuasi, Kumasi every morning.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's a cosmopolitan city. So when you are providing solutions and you're only thinking about Accra, please, we are also here. We are suffering. We are part of the Ghana.
Yes, we are very part
we all
of
pay
Ghana.
taxes. We all vote.
I don't know if the perception is from the fact that people say that. I don't even have to say people say that Kumasi is the stronghold for the NPP. So I think President Mahama has made the comments before that as for Kumasi people, even if they use gold to
he
do
he didn't say it like that, but the allegation is that he said something like that. But.
Yeah, even if they use gold to fix our roads for us, we are still not going to vote for them. So the NPP government comes, they do very little.
And the most annoying part is the NPP people.
Very annoying. Very annoying.
As for Kumasi, even the people you vote for, they don't respect.
I think our situation is very sad.
It's a worse situation to be in.
Because the people you trust, when they finally come into power, they don't
treat
mind.
You like you don't matter.
Because they know that you are going to vote for them.
How many interchanges were we promised? 5. How many did they deliver? None. You know how, Charlie, please, it's not everybody that can live in Accra. So those of us who are living in other, please.
They wouldn't even want that. Can we all move to Accra?
Do you know the chaos that we're having there?
Now, Accra is even choked. So not all of us can move to Accra.
Oh.
So I think the voices that are powerful enough should amplify the voices of the cries of the people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Please. So let me summarize everything that we've discussed thus far. We are saying there's a problem when it comes to transportation in this country. the people who do not own their own vehicles are finding it very, very difficult to get vehicles to work and to home. We need to be thinking about it as a state. Let's find a solution to our transportation problems. We've listed for you the number of transportation systems or means we have. And we've discussed the pros and cons. Taxis, Pragya, ride-hailing apps, Trotro, Metro Bus. We are referring to the intracity. And our conclusion is that we need state involvement. You cannot have a country that wants to develop
no
without a proper transportation system. If you are not transporting your people, where are you going? You're not going anywhere. So you need to have a better means of transportation.
At the end of the day, the development of a country is dependent on the productivity
of the people. How are the people going to work? How are they returning? People will go onto the roadside, long queues, stress themselves, struggle to get them to. People are falling down. People are hitting. Oh, what kind of system is this? Why is it that our leaders they love chaos? So everything Ghanaian, every service, it must be chaotic? No, we can't do better. So you can't even plan how your people are moving to work. You are not paying them any better. Just provide a better means of transportation to is a problem. Please, we need to do a better job. And please, if you are a passenger too, when those vehicles are provided, patronize it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you cannot keep making argument for you, and when KMA provide the Metro Mass with air conditioning, you say it's too long. It takes a long time to be full. So I'll not take it. So at the end of the day, what do you want? We also have to speak to ourselves in that manner to say we too are part of the problem. That when the solutions are provided, we should be seen to be, of course, welcoming and appreciating that solution that has been provided. So it's very important we take care of that. The other thing is that there are some temporary solutions that have been provided, but the focus of the people is in Accra. We are telling them, we in Kumasi too, we are grappling with the same challenge.
And that Accra is not only Ghana.
Absolutely, Ghana is not Accra. Oh, you should stop frustrating us like that. I say, why?
We are not part.
Why the taxes we don't pay some? We don't vote. Please. And that's why I'm saying that if the people at the top will take us seriously, it depends on how the people who are leading us are doing things. What kind of activism are you doing? What kind of advocacy are you doing? What kind of lobbying are you doing? What kind of attention are you placing on the key matters? Don't be thinking about the tangent things that do not matter. Focus on the main issues. How are your people going to work? You are the leader of the region. You are the leader of the assembly. You are in charge of transportation in the assembly. What is your blueprint? What solutions do you have? Have you thought about it? Do you have a plan? Who are you talking to? These are some of the things that we should. You go to work, we pay you, we'll give you vehicle, we'll give you office, air condition, and you can't even provide vehicle, and you are supposed to be in charge. What are you controlling? What are you solving? We have to do better. So we are saying that whatever temporary solution you think the people of Accra deserve, the people of Kumasi too deserve it. Don't treat us like we don't matter. Don't do that. You've been doing that for a very long time. We've been watching you. You use very technical issues to explain. Oh, hey, there's no. We will not accept that, folks. Please, we are all Ghanaians. No, don't try. Don't disrespect us. We are begging you. A friend of mine has sent me a message. He said he's enjoying the show. I don't know if he wants me to mention his name or something because the people there. But he's at the KMA PR unit, trying to do one or two things. And he's enjoying the show. Okay, I can mention his nickname. We will know what you know. Ricardo, good morning to you. and thank you very much for.
I know him.
You know Ricardo?
I'm lying.
He's a powerful media guy. He's a solid guy. Very, very solid guy. When it comes to sports analysis, he's one of the best. He's enjoying the show this morning. So let me say good morning to him. And all of you who are enjoying the show. So we are supposed to speak to PRO for GPRTU. We'll try and see if we can because when I spoke to him, he was a bit tight. So we'll try and engage him so that we will hear from him, because it looks as if government has leveled an allegation on them. So we'll try and speak to them for their reaction to that as well. But in the meantime, we'll begin to pick your calls and we'll begin to read your messages on 059 39 32 993. 059 39 32 993. We'll begin to pick your calls and read your messages very shortly. So let me read some messages now, and then let me see if I can read some of the messages that we've sent through this morning on our WhatsApp number, and the WhatsApp number is 059 39 32993. Why is it that I'm unable to access the message? Let's pick some calls, and then we'll return to the messages later. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, me too. Hello? Oh, hello? It's like your voice is very faint too. I don't think we are able to hear. Hello? Yes. I am a tunka ba uwe tiri kura minim. Okay, me say. Was it? No, I don't think we can hear. We can hear from Mr. Techi, unfortunately. Please, you'll have to try again. And okay, let me see if I can speak to this caller. Good morning. Yes, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, so I think there may be a problem. I don't know what is happening. It's like I'm unable to hear from, to work around it, and then we'll come and pick your calls this morning. 05. Okay, let me listen to the messages that you have sent. I don't even know why. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello? Good morning. Okay, let's do it this way so that you're managing it safe for the meantime. Me too.
About problem on there. And discussion with one air traffic. And the minister was here or be any creative official in Ogwa or Nimo man channel. Then when you get what tomorrow, because when you mama didn't hear, obey your tomorrow, obey. You will be creative to be in that. I mean, I mean, not tech. You shall command them. When you boy, I did a mark at to say if you're the tech or something. Why should not? We will not do a well, I know we are for true. I must have by take traffic about the route on the car. I look at one. That occasion to this boys now. Omuchika road. This kind of what just straight crowd. You take a boys now. I'm going to go where you go. Your friends say, take the road. And this about one less hours, one you only every city. So, what's home just from Mulo to Castle? And a two. No walker, young just say about the bus by a buffalo. About me, drop me, friendly partner, take a passengers. You know, I promise you, or you are promising 35, 30 forces over Komuka, all the faces almost for the million I just be found. And often drop extension to come about. Oh, what is the car can send it back? Or then you are you appear to the now. And we can be out packing your car. Woman says, can't have a home. Baby, I tell you, I in here, what's it? Woman cast a shelf for such sentence. No, but the woman the government or short. No, all your eye over for an edge man. Obey no issue center, obey, short to be that. Command one pet, and your friends are casting control. I can tell you. And the more we answer, now, open and my Robert Abacumba, LCC. I am no longer great. I mean, what idea more idea? This is somebody mental. Nobody after the panel. A guava, a guava brain. That's what the best is. I don't know. Can't say. Now also work. A butter in your bread is on before. Will be able to open them and the quantum, over the quantum, and the man of Kaja. Kabu says, I'm a person on the phone. After see the Kobo. There's a few people who be able to drop it. Like they are about Kobo. They say that. And there are some of our Babu for whom now to take it over by. I don't go to Rosé.
Okay. We've lost Zetechi on the line. Okay, so
your parent, the person didn't come, where the bank or grand time, and this island, young, Nippon, this is science to buy, and Sunday, I want to. Madam Marcy.
Thank you very much, Abusco. Abusco also said it's because the trotros have now reduced significantly in the system. Good morning.
Hi, Alfa.
Yes, Mr. Abedi, talk to me.
Yeah. And I like how Opposquati put it, man. And I like how Opposquati put it this time around that the government is looking at some other things, some of the public transport, the metro mass transport, that the metro mass buses that have developed thought they are going to fix it to be on the road to help the Ghanaian. I like that one. Because you see, you talked about why is it that the Accra has become a center stage of all this. Because all our ministers are in Accra. Unfortunately, all our MPs are also there. They only come to various regions when they are arrested. So these are some of the things. So when it happens like that, you see, this is where we have the regional minister. So, Dr. Amwakohine, please. So you have to come in this way because as a regional minister, you head both transport, education, energy, environment, the head, even assemblies. You are the head of the assembly. So please, we are calling on you to put pressure on the government to help us with the public buses, the metro masses. Because, and when the metro mass comes in, my good friend, you are talking about people who don't want to engage in the metro mass. I stopped by there to buy some things, and I saw some of these metro mass, on the road. But people are not patronizing. They want. I asked one of them, why is so it takes so long on the way? No, we should take our behavior. It's not how it's supposed to be. But anyway, I saw two on Edison Street when I was going to that side.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Bedu, for your contribution. You can also join me 0541022318. Okay. Good morning.
Morning, Alfa.
Yes, Eja, talk to me.
Thank you.